a longevity, it's a progression, it's not an overnight success.
Kelly Spencer asks, what do you find keeps your culture high and your agents' retention so good? She also asks, what do you do to ensure your agents get into productivity quickly and keep them in consistent production?
That's a great question, Kelly. What keeps our culture high is our level of engagement. Level of engagement I measure in two ways. The first is frequency of your meetings with your people in group settings and also in individual settings. And secondly is how they interact during these settings. So for example, we meet on a daily basis for our team huddle, and we talk about our wins, our gratitudes, and what we fucked up on, and what we want to do, and what do we want to learn. We want to create an environment where people feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, and that will facilitate for people to continually to engage, and obviously feedback within our group, which is really tight-knit, will build stronger relationships and bonds than if you have less frequent meetings with each other. It's similar to if you are a very family-centered person or you value your family, what's the frequency that you're actually having dinner, lunch, or brunch with your family, your wife, your husband, your kids, your aunts, uncles, your grandparents, right? The more frequent you have a connection of face-to-face conversations with your people, the more likely you guys are aligned in many ways, whether it's the most recent talk, which is behind me, you'll see obviously that the sky is orange, or if it's something that's going on within politics, or if it's the home values are going up or down. The more frequent conversations you have, the more interactions you have, the better it is. Kelly, it relates to the first answer I gave. The more frequent you have touch bases and more engaging you are during your touch bases, the more comfortable they will feel, their feelings, their hurdles, and also the things that they need to learn and things that they need to improve on. So I want to make sure that our schedule and our systems of being together, whether it's via Zoom or in person, that there's more opportunities for us to have conversations, to have corrections for wherever we're headed, and of course, to make sure that if there's opportunities, they could shadow some of my calls too. One of the best tips that one of my first coaches have given me, shout out to Elizabeth Curry, is you as an agent have 3 jobs. First is lead gen for clients. Second is lead gen for talent. And third is training your people. Surprisingly or not, when you allow your team members to shadow you, look at you when you make calls, when you go on appointments, when obviously you're door knocking or you're at an open house, when they shadow you at an open house, you're showing them, you're lead genning, and also you're lead genning yourself and you're training them. So whatever you're doing, you could use that as a training opportunity. You need to be transparent and available to your people, because that way you don't have to reinvent the wheel and create a whole new schedule and time block more time for you to train those that are important to you in your business. What you do on a day-to-day basis is already a good byproduct for training. So definitely keep that in mind.